Hello, welcome to Battlefield North. I'm your host, Ben Henderson, also known as Big Black Kick, and I'll be presenting you a special playoff presentation. Um, I'm just going to run down a list of all the all the AFC North teams and all the AFC teams that have made it to Super Bowl 50, or at least on their quest to Super Bowl 50. Starting with the wildcard weekend, took place January 9th, 2016. The number 5 Pittsburgh Steelers defeated the Cincinnati Bengals 18 to 16. In sloppy weather conditions, Cincinnati does what it always does under Marvin Lewis, which is lose in the first round of the playoffs. Running back Jeremy Hill fumbled during the crucial moments of the game. This allowed Big Ben to do what he always does in the game, which is play and win a game while injured. Um, the linebacker and alleged man-child Vontaze Burfict injured Big Ben, throwing shoulder on a crushing sack, sidelining him for a couple series. Um, Post Landry Jones interception, Hill's fumble, and 2-minute warning, Big Ben re-entered the game and staged a comeback victory. Big Ben, aka the T800, aka the white version of the late Steve McNair, could suffer stigmata and still win a game. My humble opinion. Playing for the injured Andy Dalton was second string quarterback A.J. McCarron. As he got better, Cincinnati's defense does what they always do in a game, which is show signs of immaturity during crucial moments in a game. Um, Altercations were brewing between opposing players and coaches. Subsequently, linebackers who wore number 55 do what they always do, which is get penalized. As a result, linebacker Vontaze Burfict is suspended for 3 games in the upcoming 2016 season. Former linebacker, now outside linebacker coach Joey Porter has been fined, and Pittsburgh advances to play Denver at Denver. Um, we go to the divisional round that took place on January 17, 2016. Number 5 Pittsburgh falls to number 1 Denver, 23 to 16. It's interesting how one fumble determined the outcome of the game. Leading 13 to 12, former Baltimore running back Fitzgerald Toussaint fumbled in the middle of the fourth quarter. Denver's head coach by former Baltimore offensive coordinator Gary Kubiak and Peyton Manning, who I called the Cerebral Assassin, went on a 7-minute drive, running several counter plays in bunch formation to each side, and retook the lead since the first quarter. The final score, Denver 23, Pittsburgh 16, as you already know. Ironically, that one fumble contributed to a Pittsburgh win against Cincinnati, yet one fumble contributed to the Pittsburgh loss against Denver. Moving on to the AFC Conference Championship that took place January 24, 2016. Number 1 Denver defeats New England 20 to 18. Peyton Manning, as we already know, the Cerebral Assassin, threw 2 touchdown passes to former Baltimore free agent tight end Owen Daniels. Wade Phillips orchestrated a no-nonsense defense, hitting Tom Brady, the alleged mastermind of Deflategate, 20 times, forcing 3 interceptions, one by former Baltimore free agent, free safety Darian Stewart, and their defense also included a forced fumble. The Denver Broncos finished off the New England Patriots 20-18, as we already know, earning Kubiak his first trip to Super Bowl 50 since his days as a backup quarterback for John Elway. Former Pittsburgh Emmanuel Sanders, who's a wide receiver, contributed 5 catches for 62 yards. I'm flipping the page, by the way. Now we move on to Super Bowl 50, which is set for former Baltimore offensive coordinator Gary Kubiak and company. Will face the Carolina Panthers, led by quarterback Cam Newton and his running attack, which is anchored by running back Jonathan Stewart and former Baltimore offensive tackle Michael Orr. Former Baltimore tight end Ed Dixon will make an appearance, and their defense seems to be as solid as they come. They're headed by Luke Kuechly, who's a middle linebacker, cornerback Josh Norman, nose tackle Lou DeLaley, with former Baltimore defensive tackle Dwan Edwards rotating with the defensive line. You see a theme? Baltimore as a team may not be in the playoffs, but they're well represented on other teams. How do you feel about knowing that offensive guard slash center Gino Gronkowski for Denver, offensive tackle Michael Orr for Carolina, tight end Ed Dixon for Baltimore, and wide receiver Emmanuel Samuels for Pittsburgh could win a second Super Bowl ring before Baltimore quarterback Joe Flacco and rush linebacker Terrell Suggs do? It hurts. I digress. Do you have any rooting interest in the Super Bowl? Leave comments, pictures, or videos in the following places. See ya! P.S. Special thanks to all new likes on Facebook.